so is he gonna be the knight in shining armor for the discard archetype? Well, we'll explore that in a bit, but who is Black Knight? We've seen him a little bit in the MCU already in the Eternals, but in the comics, the original Black Knight was Sir Percy of Scandia, a 6th century knight who served at the court of King Arthur Pendragon as his greatest warrior, empowered by the magical ebony blade forged from a meteorite by Merlin. Yes, the ebony blade was enchanted to cut through any object to prevent the death of its wielder and to deflect any magic, but it also carried a terrible curse that would slowly corrupt its user, drawing out negative emotions of the wielder like rage and bloodlust. The sword was passed down through the centuries by Percy's descendants, Dane Whitman being the current one in line, vowing to restore honor to his family's name after his uncle had been a supervillain using the Black Knight name. Now, apart from being an excellent swordsman, fighter, and horseman, Dane is also a gifted scientist, while also having ties to the world of magic. Now, in Marvel Snap, Black Knight is a 1 energy 2 power card with the ability, after you discard a card, add the Ebony Blade to your hand with that card's power, once per game. The Ebony Blade is a 4 energy card with the power of the card you discarded. Okay, so the Black Knight has to be on the board for his ability to happen, right? And it can only happen once, so no bouncing it back to your hand type shenanigans. I mean, it's pretty limited in its usage. You can basically skip him if you don't play discard, you know? Lady Sif, okay, is gonna be his best friend, targeting the Infinauts, Gigantos, Magnetos in your hand for discarding. And then you can potentially play that 420, 414, 412 Ebony Blade, right? Oh, and the card that you discarded? You can bring it back with Ghost Rider. Blade works as well, but it's very RNG dependent. Same with MODOK. Black Knight is gonna feel really bad if you have Colleen Wing and Swarm in your hand, which, hey, are staples in the targeted discard archetype, right? And it's pretty much the discard archetype's main problem, right? You need RNG on your side. You need to get lucky with the card draws. Hey, I do see a scenario though where, let's say you don't draw your MODOK till turn 6, or you can't play MODOK on 5 because Dream Dimension or whatever. You can still play Black Knight and MODOK on turn 6. MODOK empties your hand out for Morbius value, and if you have a big card on the left of your hand, that power value transfers to the Ebony Blade, which you'll get from the Black Knight feeding your Dracula at the end of the game, instead of leaving it up to RNG if you have a handful of varying power values. Does that make sense? Anyway, you can tell I've lost games like this. But yeah, it's pretty much a discard week in the Spotlight caches. If you don't have Stature or MODOK, I would definitely recommend opening Spotlight caches. MODOK is an MVP in the discard archetype, and Stature is still good stats if you can get her discount. So getting those while you're trying to hunt for that Black Knight from Spotlight caches will be a bonus. At 6,000 collector's tokens though, ooh, only if you love discard, okay? And even then, I think he might not be reliable enough to justify 6,000 collector's tokens. But hey, if Cersei of the Eternals sees something in him, then maybe I'm missing something. Maybe he'll be the key piece in your discard puzzle that will checkmate your opponents. Yes, I just made a chess pun, cause Black Knight. Okay, I'll see myself out now.